gentlemen, it's day 3, I believe, episode 3 of the beater watch vlog, and just putting the Mudman into the amber light of this Western Star. So on the Mudman, when you flip your wrist up, it auto illuminates. See, I didn't press a button. It just auto illuminates, so you can read it. Right now you're seeing the screen in the red dot of the Sony ZV-1F. Anyways, I'm over here by these porta potties. For some reason, wherever the porta potties are on a job location, the cell reception's the best, which is a good thing. Anyways, alright, yeah, we get some good lights off of these what do you call them? Light plants. So one important thing on a work watch, especially if you're working on the night shift, is the ability of your screen to kind of catch ambient light that may be, you know, far away. You just want to be able to catch it real nice so that you can read the screen, right? So my plain old Casio did that really well. It was perfect for, you know, you'd have your hand right here and you just kind of move your arm a little bit to see the time, which is good if, you know, again, you're on a location where the lights are on the other side, or you have like your hand on the steering wheel, right? So that's one advantage of analog watches, is that, you know, that you can acquire the information about the time without having to see digits. You don't really have to read an analog watch. You just see the hands and you kind of know what time it is without having to translate that to like digital time, right? So that's another reason why I like wearing both watches at once. And I'm A/B testing these, the Bertucci Construction King and the Mudman, all right? So anyways, yeah, that illumination comes on really strong at night. So I wear glasses. The past few days I've been keeping my contacts in 24/7, but I wear glasses, so I kind of have to hold the watch close to my face, like if I want to read my watch at night. And this is too bright, you know. I know you're not supposed to complain that the illumination of a watch is too bright, but I'm really cutting edge here on the beater watch vlog. You know, I don't follow conventions like a lot of other watch aficionados do, insisting that Lume be as bright as a Christmas tree, or that, you know, you're able to find your car keys in the dark with the illumination on your watch. Okay, the illumination is really important to me for, like I said, you're lying in bed and you want to see the time. I do not want to fry my eyeballs with my phone. Okay? Now, what about at night? Well, I like being able to catch the ambient light at subtle angles and read the time. Okay? I know I said everything twice on today. Like, I'm an old man. I'm a dad. I'm allowed to repeat myself again and again redundantly. Okay? And so the beater watch vlog, that's how it's going to be. All right? So, anyways, I was swinging the hammer today, all right? We did rig up some, and the watch was pretty good, okay? Like, I didn't even really think about it, because we kind of had to rig up real quick, but the flop, there's not too much flop, which is when you're twisting your wrist. How much does the watch move? That when I have that pushed up on my wrist, like I like to wear my watch, it stays put pretty well. Not nearly as well as the GBDH 2000. Nothing in the whole world of watches can beat the GBDH 2000 in terms of fit, in terms of staying put. Okay. So the Bertucci, there is a little bit of flop. Not that bad because the watch isn't that heavy, but again, I have to make sure that the strap's pushed up pretty high on my wrist, which is, you know, even now I'd want it a little bit higher, and that's to allow articulation, you know, swinging a hammer. And I didn't get any video of me swinging a hammer, which is a good thing, because like I had to bust loose some iron that some flow back hands had tightened up, and those guys are beasts, right? And they swing you know, like 6 and 8 pound hammers. It's insane. So I'm trying to rig up with my 4-pound hammer and trying to bust loose some iron. They tightened up, and I think that if anybody had gotten a video of that, I would have been like the laughing stock of blue collar YouTube. And blue collar YouTube, I mean, they've been absolutely brutal in the comments, especially the guys who own Ryobi power tools, which at home I do own Ryobi power tools, okay? Out here, you know, obviously Ryobi wouldn't cut it, but at home, you know, I have some Ryobis, so I mean, that doesn't really go over well with a lot of the tradesmen on YouTube. Okay, so what else am I going to say for today's vlog? Well, yeah, I finally did get to rig up. Got to watch really dirty, because like out here, like the wind was blowing, and let me walk out here into the where it's a little brighter, and you can see it's like it's been pretty dry. Man, I know a few days ago I was showing you a little bit of raindrops falling, but the air is really dry out here, and you know, all this caliche starts to turn into moon dust on the surface. So we're not quite at moon dust phase yet, but there's a lot of dust, and when the wind blows, it gets in everything. So the Mudman right here is taking a lot of dirt. There was dirt in these holes. I just went into town to take a shower, okay? So I washed this watch, but it was like dirt everywhere all over the watch, okay? And the Bertucci, you know, the strap isn't fabric, it's called Tridura, but it does have some fabric-like qualities, and one of them is that, you know, it's been getting really sweaty and dirty, and it's starting to look dingy because of that, which I personally do not mind. Everything I own has a well-worn look anyways, so, you know, I kind of like that aesthetic. You know, tomorrow, in the next episode of this vlog, I'll show you some of the dings that this watch has already gotten. There's a tiny little scratch on the screen and a scratch on the buckle. Alright, so this one's getting worn in. I'm not purposely trying to wear it in, it's just I buy these items and I use them as they're supposed to, right? Like, let me find my oh, here it is. Like, this is my Nebo pen light that I keep in my chest pocket, right? And I'll show you this one in the daytime too. This thing's like totally beaten up, and there's always like grime hiding in every little nook and cranny. So the Mudman, I think I was talking about this before, but the Mudman does have, you know, a few nooks and crannies here. You know, these, well, I call these acrenolations. This is like the turrets of a castle, but there's some dirt hiding in there, and so I've been getting a lot of dirt. And this is frac sand, I think. Looks like some sand hauler just dumped some frac sand here. So we got frac sand blowing today. But they had a truck come through and like douse the whole location with water, and that helps tamp down some of that dust. Anyways, so I think that a lot of these details I'm discussing, that, you know, today's kind of an informal blog where I'm discussing these topics, but I want to make some videos, you know, that are actually written out and planned, you know, to discuss these issues, you know, to bring them up for the watch community, okay? You know, about the light being too bright. I mean, am I off base saying that the illumination is too bright? Because, I mean, I'm discussing mostly about the scenario of laying down in bed, right? But there's other scenarios too where you don't want it to be too bright, you know, like if you're on some clandestine operation, you know, like, I don't know, maybe you're going to toilet paper the the trees in front of your vice principal's house, right? You don't want him looking out the window and seeing your GW 9500 illuminated out there in the bushes. You know, you blow your cover, right? So I mean, there's other scenarios where you don't want your illumination to be flashlight bright, and I don't want to exaggerate. It's not quite to flashlight brightness, but it's a little too bright for eyes that have just been waking up. So anyways, yeah, what am I saying? If you agree or disagree, let me know, because you know, take those comments into consideration when I do produce a video pertaining primarily to the illumination being too bright, right? And I really like the Bertucci. I'm gonna make another video taking off this plastic guard. It really looks nice. I can't believe it's only $135, which I know isn't cheap to most people, but I think it's good value. So, I think I've covered everything on the agenda for today's blog. So I'm just gonna walk back to the truck, plop down in the sleeper berth, and sleep for as long as I can, and then go from there. I'm Jim Kincaid. Thanks for watching.